Oh my God.
And we are live. This is the Blackest Friday edition of 94 Feet of Life. As you can see, the card table, the buffet table is full today. Everybody with us. Remember, Instagram at the Scene, THE.SCEN. If you are on Twitter, SCEN_THE. 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook. If you're watching this live, thank you. If you're watching the replay, thank you. You definitely should be subscribed, your notifications on, like the video, tag a friend, tell a friend. So we got all that out the way. So we're gonna get right to the talk. The NBA is back to work next week. When they say no days off, we literally mean no days off. So this is the NBA preview show. I'm just gonna swing this around the horn really, really quick. MJ, Trav, J Ham, Germ, and special guest, the king of the Rockies. You see him. It's our main man, Coach Lester Stewart from Casper College, joining us today. MJ, I'm gonna start with you today, man. Just initial thoughts as we start this, as we are back to work next week in the NBA.
In the words of Rico Hines, teams got better in this offseason. They got better. And I say that tongue-in-cheek, but I really do mean it. It's literally 7 teams that didn't make the playoffs last season, and I'm looking at them like they can make a run for it. But, the question is, whose spot they're going to take? Over in the West, I see 2 teams that probably could not make it because of what happened in their offseason. And then, in the East, I think you got 7 locks, and one team in Orlando that everybody, is trying to say they can be replaced, but I don't think they're going to go easy. So this is going to be interesting. So just give you a little taste of what we're going to be talking about further. Let me swing this real quick cross-court pass to J Ham in Memphis. J Ham, talk to the people.
I'm just trying to get over this itis, man, from all this holiday grubbing that's been going down, But in the sense also, we got no time to, wait around. We back in the mix, man. We just had a draft. What was that, last week? We got training camp coming this week. I don't know how much preseason they're going to do and whatnot. Y'all know me. I'm not a homer or a fan type. This probably going to be the most homer show that you're going to get from the Ham ever on 94 Feet of Life, because I like what my guys are doing down here. So let me swing this over, behind the back style, about 15 minutes down the road to the OB to my man Trav. Trav, what it do, man?
No days off like you Ferris Bueller. Hey, man. It is what it is, man. I'm liking this, man. I'm liking the whole format of just getting to it. I guess since the season ended late and we starting out like this, getting to it, man. I'm just ready to get into it, man. Like MJ said, man, there's a lot of teams that have gotten better. Still waiting on a couple of splashes, but we'll get to that in a moment. Jern, talk to him, man.
Listen, man, I'm just happy that we got some basketball coming back into the fray. After the way we finished off last year with the bubble and everything like that, we got a lot of good stuff to talk about. As MJ already said, teams got better. We got a lot of interesting little pieces that are on some of these teams. But without further ado, I'm gonna give it to Big Bro, Coach Lester Stewart. We don't need no less stew today. We need the whole stew. Let's go ahead and get to it.
I'm glad basketball. I'm able to sit down and watch basketball. My heart is full. I've been able to watch college basketball. My own personal interest of watching college basketball has helped my heart be full in the NBA. I'm actually excited about this NBA season. It's been a few years since I actually been excited about the NBA. This is a year that I am I'm pumped. What the saying is, you don't miss something until it's gone. And when we were going without that time and short time period of not knowing we were going to have basketball, man, anything that's on live sports, I'm full. My heart is full. I can't wait to this NBA season. A lot of surprises I think we'll have coming up. So, man, let's get to it.
We're gonna stay with you. I know this is of a two big things happened. I know are personal interest to you, based on your fandom. First of all, the Lakers basically remade an entire team in the space of about 2 weeks. What do you think about that? The Schroeder, exit Rondo, enter Schroeder, exit Dwight Howard, enter Montrezl Harrell, and a couple other things with the Gasol move. Talk about that as kind of how you saw that, because that's a lot to do with about 2 weeks. They got a lot done.
As the late great Bernie Mac said, it's gonna be some smoke in the city. It's gonna be some smoke in the city. The Lakers, just when you thought like, oh man, they won, they got the little bubble chip, as people call it. They just find a way to get like Voltron. They just find a way to get like Voltron. I just think, man, you're gonna have AD. He's gonna sign this deal. That's no problem. You got LeBron. He's cooling now. LeBron is at peace, and I don't think we'll see the Lakers like going 100. They won't come out the gate. I don't think we'll see that. I think we'll see a lot of those young dudes, and it's so they could build the chemistry. And then you might see LeBron probably, after the new year, late January, early February, just turn it on. And, the Lakers, undoubtedly number one seed in the West. So that right there, the Lakers, I just, and I'm not necessarily a Lakers fan, but man, they pull some stuff off, man. Because now you got a mini Rondo, but about 10 years younger. And then you got Trez that's gonna play with a chip on his shoulder, an even bigger chip.
Yeah.
And then you got Gasol, that the consummate professional. He's gonna want to win one because his brother won one there. I mean, that's an undercover storyline in itself.
MJ, I know you talked about teams that could replace somebody coming out. Give me one of those teams in the West who you think, you know what, they can get somebody's playoff spot.
I mean, I'll take the obvious choice, Phoenix. You got Chris Paul over there now. Chris Paul has pretty much shown that if you give him guys that's going to listen to him and, kind of follow suit and let him do what he do best, which is be the true point guard that he is, then your team will get better, your team will elevate, and your team will compete in the playoffs. One thing that I thought Phoenix was missing was that style of leadership. I am very intrigued and interested in seeing how the dynamic of him and Devin Booker will work, however, mainly because Devin Booker usually had the ball in his hands more than the typical shooting guard. So would this be like how James Harden and Chris Paul worked in year one, or would this be how Chris Paul and James Harden worked in year two? So it's definitely going to be something that I want to watch, because this can go really good or really bad. And I know why Phoenix got Chris Paul, because they had to do something to be able to show Devin Booker that they are invested in him trying to make it to the playoffs and winning. So it was a move that had to be made, and it was the best move that they could make at the time. However, from a gel and chemistry standpoint, I'm not convinced. I'm just not. You have a guy that's turning into a superstar and a point guard who knows how to run things and only knows one way on how to run it, which is his way. That's going to be interesting to see.
J Ham, you said this was going to be the Homer portion of the more Homerish feel to the show. Memphis Grizzlies, Ivy last year, surprised a lot of people, got into the play-in game in the bubble, the rise of Ja Morant. Going into this year, what gives you this optimism going into this season that gives you a little more of that Homerish feel than in previous?
Well, the end of last season, as well as, prior to the bubble as well, they're ahead of schedule, or at least on my scale anyway. I looked at them, had them pegged at about 30 wins max. Well, they were there before play stopped. And just the growth of the youth that they got and everything is, I said, at the start of last year, this was the first time that Memphis had everything brand new. Front office, coach, core group of guys, everything was all new. So, and then the way that these cats have come together and responded, and they got the culture that they reestablished, coming away from grit grind, which was, that blue collar, everybody loves Zach, Tony, that gang. But now it's like that new life. You got Ja, you got Jaron, you got, these other young guys. And then y'all saw those flag uniforms they kicked out the other day, with the Stacks Museum on them, with the Isaac Hayes. It's like, they going to dress the part to look good. They dress the part to play well as well. Benefit of health, they need that. They need to get as healthy as possible. But I do like the fact that they have a whole lot of talent that they can try to continue to mesh together. I like Taylor Jenkins. I think he did a solid first-year job for a first-year guy. It's one of those where if you see regression, for me, it won't be like, well, it's a panic because they're regression. No, they still have a schedule. They don't want to regress too much to get back. They want to continue to progress and go forward in that way. But I look forward to Ja, man, being that QB and taking the next step as a leader and keeping it flowing. And we're going to try to steal us one of those 8 spots so we can get us some activity down on Beale Street in May, even though we might not be able to enjoy it.
I'm gonna swing this over to Germ because I know Germ is a keen observer of the next 2 players we're gonna talk about, and that's the new money. Jason Tatum and Bam Adebayo, 2 of Germ's favorite guys and guy he talks about in the Eastern Conference. Germ, Miami, obviously the great run in the bubble, pushed the Lakers to a Game 6. Boston, they defeat Boston. Depending on how you view Boston's season last year, that may have been a slight disappointment. New money for Tatum, new money for Bam. Going in now to this year for both of those guys as now max guys. What's the outlook for Boston and Miami going into this Eastern?
Well, going into this year, man, I'm gonna be honest. This is the year that I'm looking for Tatum to make that next hurdle. The next hurdle is of just letting the game completely slow down for him. We know now that you can get 30 whenever you want. We know you can get whatever shot you want. Now, instead of us going to this bag to have to make us make undeniably difficult shots, now let's just make it easy. Let's make more easy baskets for ourselves. Let's not take the handle and let's not take a step back 3 in front of a 7-footer. Now let's go around him and get to the rim. Let's start doing those things. Those are things I want to see from Tatum anyway, but also I think the other thing for Tatum is really, really, really easy for him is now you're starting to see he has his running mate and he's starting to really feel comfortable with Jaylen Brown. I felt they really got comfortable in the bubble with each other, and I think that dynamic of them 2 being together is really going to be what propels Boston forward. And then by them getting another garbage time big man in Boston, which was a garbage time meaning offensive rebounds, things of that nature. Tristan Thompson coming from Cleveland. I think that's going to be an underrated signing for them because he doesn't have to do anything but get the ball and put it back out. And that's all he's ever done. Even in the championship run at 16, that's what he did for LeBron Ian. This is the perfect piece. He's won. He's been to the top of the proverbial mountaintop, and he's had some winning seasons and some success, although it being with who, but it is what it is. At least he can bring that to that organization. As far as Bam go, I think we all here can agree when we seen Bam hoop for the first time, whether it be Big Blue Nation or even some things you seen in high school, you knew Bam had it. Bam just is the all-around dude. This dude he has every piece that you need as a hooper. He ain't got to shoot threes to do it. He ain't got to do all the rest of that. He can do everything. That man can make a bounce pass. He can facilitate from the high post to low post. And on top of all of those things, if he get that ball off the backboard, ain't nobody got to come and grab the ball from him because ain't no center going to check up 94 feet, no pun intended, on Bam Adebayo. It ain't going to happen. Otherwise, we going coast to coast like you with the old NBA theme music. So I'm looking forward to this. I love those players in particular. I'm excited, man. This Miami team, even with it being with Jimmy Butler as the main catalyst, I really think Bam is probably the second most important player on that organization. And that's just you got to give the man credit and his props for who he is for the Miami Heat.
Now, I'm going to swing this over to Trav here in a second, but I'm going to steal a little bit from my man Moneyline MJ on this one. I don't know what the odds are. Somebody can find this. If you can find decent money on Jason Tatum for MVP, if you can find some decent odds on that, that might be your value pick. if you want to look for something outside of Giannis, LeBron, Harden, if you can find some decent money on Jason Tatum MVP, if you're 18 and over,
Can I ask a question real quick?
sure.
I'm gonna ask this question only because I think it's interesting. Is this the year that we see KD come back with a vengeance and KD puts himself in that conversation?
We are gonna get to that really quick. I want to get right back to my man Germ. Back to my man Germ. Hold that question. We're coming right back to you. Trav. Take my man Trav. So Trav, we talked about Tatum, talked about Bam. Who's another young guy or somebody you think, hey, watch this dude coming out, maybe not even out the dark, but somebody who makes that leap now as into that maybe an MVP or an all-star type situation?
Well, if you're talking about overall league-wise, no matter if it's East or West, I'm gonna have to say Luka Doncic. I'm gonna have to say Luka Doncic in Dallas. He's doing everything over there in Euro Mav country that you can do. He's putting work any and everywhere however you want it. You can distribute it, he's gonna give it to you. Passing it, he's gonna give it to you. He's stepping back, shooting the ball. That's just what he do. I mean, Luka Doncic has MVP written all over him. He really does. That's my opinion. In the East is hard. Of course, y'all done said a couple of names. I mean, like Jern said before, man, the Grim Reaper, man, Sniper. He that dude, man. If he's healthy and that Achilles hold up well for him, look for number 7 in Brooklyn, man. I'm tired of calling him KD. Number 7 in Brooklyn, man. He got that work for him.
Now we're gonna get back. MJ's got his hands up. I know Jerm has his hands up. So let's get to that topic right there. Brooklyn.
Now I'll just put up number 7.
7. Keep your hands up because we're gonna come right to you anyway. Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, Steve Nash, D'Antoni on the bench, Amari Stoudemire on the bench. I mean, this sounds like All-Star Saturday night out in Brooklyn. Germ, MJ, whoever wants to jump on this first. A lot of talk about how this is going to go. What are your initial thoughts on this, and how does this kind of progress?
If we can figure out who the coach going to be and get all that funny style stuff out of there, I'd be excited. I don't care. I don't need no head coaching by committee. All that extracurricular stuff, man. I don't need all that energy, bro. Let's just call it what it is. If y'all can get over yourself, y'all gonna be right there at the end. It's undeniable. They got undeniable talent. You got two of the three walking mismatches in basketball on your team. There is nobody who can guard Kyrie 1-on-1 or KD 1-on-1. Then you got the nerve to have a young gunner, like I'm talking about young Chris Neef, young gunner. You got Chris Neef coming off the bench with Karis LeVert and Spencer Dinwiddie. They're like, it was a Friday night and the beast was pumping, the pace was the party was jumping. Come on, man. Hey, I'm just saying, these folks got everything. You got 2 bigs that you can operate with and function with. Bro, you ain't got. Listen, in the words of Antonio Tarver to Roy Jones, no excuses tonight, Roy. No excuses.
All right, so
I know Les like that one. Les like that one. Look at Les' face. Let's know.
We're going to go MJ, Ham, and then Les on Brooklyn. MJ, Nets. What we got?
All right. I'm going to actually counter with educational portion because I like to make sure that we are providing some type of education while you're on the show. So just in case you guys do not know how coaching works in the NBA, it's already set up as a committee. It's already set up as a CEO, CFO, and trickle-down process. The average NBA coach has about 8 assistant coaches, in which from there, each player usually has, I'll say, 1 trainer assigned per 2 players. Then you have shooting specialists. Then you have handle specialists. You actually have people who are specialists with the joint and the bone. So you have medical staff. All in all, a championship team usually have a
I think MJ, you still there?
He froze real quick.
All right. I think MJ froze. MJ, if you can hear us, log in, log out real quick, reconnect with us. Ham, and then I'm gonna go Les. Ham, your initial thoughts on Brooklyn?
A move that they needed to do, you know, for their reassess what their culture is, rebuild their culture. I actually like the fact that they brought Steve Nash in, because Steve Nash is not going to be like overbearing in terms of being a tactician and dictating what this should be. He was a point guard that was like, yo, get over there, get open. I got you. You know what I'm saying? He gonna feed you the rock. And he know you ain't got a shot in a while. You know, I got you. I'm gonna get you back involved. They need that kind of flow. And I got the meme waiting. You know, I've been waiting to post it since, you know, KD signed. I got Biggie at the Source Awards back in 95. Yo, Brooklyn, we did it. You know, I got that one waiting on them. You know, but I'm looking forward to it, man. And they're going to be the reason why I get that Fire Stick upgraded, man, this year so I can get with them, you know, watch them on a nightly basis. Simply because I'm intrigued with the project in general. No, they don't have to win this year. They don't have to even get to the finals for me this year. Let's just see what they can get it out of these first 2 to 3. Within that 2 to 3 window, 2 to 3 year window that we always talk about that you have to win in this league anyway. So the intrigue is there for me.
So my question for you is, Coach Les, you in your profession, you work with a lot of young guys who have their own dreams and aspirations for their own hoop career. Obviously, it's about the team, it's W's and losses, wins and losses, but guys have their own aspirations. If you are working with Dinwiddie and LeVert, who for the past couple years, this has kind of been for them. And now you've got Kyrie, you've got Kevin. If you were talking to those two guys specifically who are young in their careers and have their own things, their own aspirations, what would you tell them as we kind of start the season? Is because this is going. I think to me, those are the two guys who I'm the most interested in to see what the adjustment is.
Do you guys want the political answer or you want a worldwide answer?
Both.
You know we want the
whatever you want to give it.
I want both.
Okay. So the political answer, I would be a star in your role. Whatever the role, like when we define roles, I want them to be a star in their role. Like Dinwiddie, you don't have to be an all-star. You don't have to, we're not dependent on you to do this. We need this, this, and this from you. Defining the role with Karis LeVert, who probably a year, you know, might have been this year or the next year, could have probably touched that all-star stage. You know, just be a star in your role and, you know, just understand that, like, look, we have 2 generational talents that came in and this is what we are, you know, this is who we building through. That's my political answer. Now, the worldwide answer is like, look, I know all of us get paid on the 1st and 15th. They get paid a little bit more than you do on the 1st and 15th. So it's through them because the guy that's signing all of our checks brought these 2 here for a reason so they can go take 20 to 30 shots and they can be on billboards. I mean, no disrespect, Karis, Spencer, you don't have your own shoe. You're not a signature guy. These guys have something that not even myself has, and that's jewelry. They got jewelry. They know what it is. They've been top 5, 10 guys for a long time now. So, hey, be a star on your role. Keep collecting them checks. Let them lead us to the promised land. So you can go re-up in 3 or 4 years and you get big money because now you're a champion.
Right.
That's the worldwide answer.
And let me say this too, real quick before I pass it to MJ. Karras, this is Karras' first year. He's gonna get paid. He's at about 16 mil this year. You better take that 16 mil and go on and get your buckets and get out the way. Look, hey, this year at the Thanksgiving table, Lord, I am thankful for this $16 million upgrade. I'm telling you, because that $2 million was not gonna cut it, Jesus. In the name of Jesus. Amen. I'm
Amen.
just saying.
Amen.
Yeah, and you don't want to be that guy that's not being a good teammate. Like Tony Kukoc, and I'll bring it back. In the Last Dance, to Tony Kukoc, when he had made some comments saying that, maybe if he went to a different team or if he was in the league now, and he would have probably had a better career. But like Tony, you probably wouldn't have won. Like, you are infamous for being a Chicago Bull. You have 3 championships. That's 3 more championships if you would have ended up going to the Vancouver Grizzlies. Like, you would have been a guy. You would have been a dude, but you wouldn't have won. And so that's the thing about it is, like, these guys that win championships, they find a way to keep a job. And that's whether it's announcing, coaching. That championship, having won says a ton. And so that's why I'm like, these guys, if they just be in the star in their role, because you got to think about it, KD and, KD's 32 years old.
Mm-hmm.
We probably got a good 2 years left of seeing KD at KD level. Because I think he's going to be a bad mojo this year. So, and y'all know how I feel about KD. So I don't think that Achilles is stopping anything right now.
Yeah. Fellas,
they said he's better with it. They said this man been better since the injury. Go ahead, Big Shot. I'm sorry. I just had to put that out there.
No, I think we get, it's going to be good. Let's go see him back on the court, Gerald. I think it's a better league when your best players are playing. So for me, for all the extras, Kevin Durant, the hooper, is still absolutely what you want on the floor. So, fellas, I took some notes today, showed y'all. I got 3 choices for Rookie of the Year, who I think 3 based on situation and opportunity. I got Obi Toppin, James Wiseman, and LaMelo Ball as the 3 guys I think who are the 3 best shots at Rookie of the Year. Rapid fire, I'll start with you, Trav, and we'll just go around the horn. If it's not one of those 3, who do you have as this guy could be your Rookie of the Year?
Why do I have a feeling that something may happen at a usual spot where they need all the happiness in the world? And this is at Philadelphia. Tyrese Maxey. Big Blue Nation, I'm riding with him. For some odd reason, the boy can play. He can play. He can flat out play. Give him the opportunity, just like Cal gave him the opportunity game 1 at the State Farm game in Chicago against Kansas. He cut up. He started ever since. Give him the ball. Give him a chance. I think he puts me of the field of Donovan Mitchell. He puts me of that field, the way he scores, the aggressiveness. He got the hops. He can shoot it. He's aggressive that way. I think Tyrese Maxey has a shot. He has a long dart shot. Dark horse type deal.
MJ, we know you studied the draft like nobody's business. Anybody who watched our draft preview show, watched the draft night show knows you were on top of this. I got Toppin, Wiseman, or Ball. Trav says Maxey. Is there another guy outside of my 3 or what Trav said, Rookie of the Year?
I'm personally rooting for Anthony Edwards, all because of the scrutiny he got for how he answered honest questions towards the media. I am rooting for that kid, not only to get the Rookie of the Year, but I'm rooting for him to be a perennial all-star and an eventual Hall of Famer so that I can put this back in the media and say, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. because at the end of the day, all of this is a lottery. Keyword lottery. We do not know what we're going to end up with. We have no clue. So we have no right to jump to conclusions and judge individuals who don't even know how to be a man yet based off of answering honest questions in which if he would have answered it polished, like y'all would have been mad at that saying, oh, he's too polished. So I'm rooting for Anthony Edwards. And even if we look at it on paper, if you're going to get that man one-on-one opportunities often, because you got to double team Karl Anthony Towns, you got to worry about D'Angelo Russell coming off that pick and roll. He doesn't have to guard the hardest player because they got players that can do that for him. If all he gets to do was just put the ball in the basket, yeah, sign me up.
J Ham, rookie of the year, a rookie of the year pick that maybe hasn't been named that you kind of like, or if it's somebody that has been named.
Trav took my thunder because I was thinking about that with Ty Maxey, even on draft night. I'm like, yo, you going to Philly? You going with Doc? You going to that situation with those with that killer Joel and those like that? That I'm liking that one. But initially, my pick, Obi Toppin, real name, no gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? Simply because of what they did on, after the draft. They unloaded all those 6'8" dudes. You know what I'm saying? Got some people out the way. You know what I'm saying? Got him out the way. Okay, like now he's going to be, hopefully he'll be in a prominent feature spot. He can go do his thing. Dude, I thought he was the best player in the draft, personally. Whoever want to have a different opinion, that's on them. That's cool. I do also like the opportunity that James Wiseman can present too, because it's like, yo, you got the right crew with you to just go hunt, go eat up the glass, go protect the rim, space heat, dunk on cats, stick the 15-footer, just soak it all, within that culture that you got out in the Bay. I like those two, more so than anything. But Trav got my thunder on that one. I expect that when I saw Les throwing up the BBN sign when it was all going down, so they going to troll me because they know I'm a Duke guy. And it's all good because Les going to take his fair shots at me anyway. So,
Jern, your rookie of the year pick.
I'm sticking to my guy, Cole Anthony. Let's go. I'm sticking to my guy, Orlando. Give him the ball. Get the out of the way. Let's go. Pick and roll. Him and Vucevic. Boop, boop. I need the whole thing. Let's go.
Cole is a good pick. I think Cole, if they give him opportunity, which they have no reason not to.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. Hey, who you gonna give it to? Markelle Fultz? Man, get out of here.
Shout out Markelle.
Hey, man. Hey, look, he can play. Just not with Cole. He just can't play with Cole. That's all. Cole, you stupid.
Did DJ Augustine leave Orlando also?
Yeah, he's out of there.
That's Cole. That's Cole. Cole get the young man a ball and let him go.
Boogie,
Coach Les, you got a pick for rookie of the year or just a young guy that you like, hey, watch out.
I have one. I have two, actually. My first one, LaMelo Ball. I just think he in the situation where, the keys are going to be handed to him sooner than later. And my dark horse is a guy that I loved the whole time in the draft, and I'm not relinquishing. And if he doesn't turn out, I don't care. I've been right more than I've been wrong. But Killian Hayes, I think a move will be made that will a certain guard that's there will be put in this situation where he can cap off a phenomenal career in my eyes. I think so. Killian can take over. I love Killian Hayes. I think he's going to be in this league and his skill set and his size. In that situation in Detroit, like I said, it's probably a move going to be made. And one of my favorites might be going west. So I honestly feel Killian Hayes. So
I'll say it because this is professional Les Stu that we dealing with today. the Derrick Rose to the Western thing, I think is going to happen. And if it happens, you'll see a very happy Lester Stewart, number one. And I think D Rose, there are a couple teams honestly out west who need him.
The Clippers.
That side of LA being the team that needs him more than anything. I hope it happens for him personally. All right, Phil, we'll get into some rapid fire stuff, man. We always have a player or a team that we kind of adopt. A player or a team who maybe is not the most popular, maybe gets a lot of slander, that we like, hey, young fella, young team, we'll take you under our wing this year. Keep an eye on you. My guy is Karl Anthony Towns. I think Karl Anthony Towns is maybe one of the most disrespected great players in this league. If you look at his numbers, even if you ain't a big stat person, Karl Anthony Towns' numbers since he's been in the league have been unreal from the first day. And I think the whole thing with Jimmy Butler and how they went down led people to pile on him a little bit. Obviously, he had as the roughest of off seasons with his mother passing due to coronavirus. That's my guy this year. I think Karl Anthony Towns is I think he's a phenomenal player and just way too much disrespect and slander. So he's my adopted guy for the 2020-21 season, man. Anybody who wants to jump in, raise your hand, go for it. And a player or a team that you are kind of keeping an eye out on this year.
No, I'm rooting for. I need for the Milwaukee Bucks to make it to the finals so that Giannis can stay home. At some point, I need somebody to be the Thanos of the NBA and restore basketball back to it being an option as opposed to a necessity of whether or not you should leave free agency or stay with your team. The only way that's going to happen is if the Bucks can make it to the finals. And the only reason why I'm even saying this is because the Bucks did something that I haven't seen them do since they got Giannis. They tried. They actually tried. They went and got people who made sense. Drew Holiday pickup made sense. Everybody keeps saying, well, we paid a lot. You have no choice. You're Milwaukee. You don't got a choice. You got to pay what you got to pay to make a win. But if you guys win, getting a championship is priceless. I want y'all to ask Jerm right now that Cleveland Cavaliers got a ring, was it worth it? That answer, I guarantee you, will be yes. Even as logical as Jerm is and how he would like for Cleveland to have sustained success, and they probably could have did a couple things a little bit better.
That's not
them
gonna
having that ring was worth it.
No, God hates Cleveland. No,
they won. They got it. Nope, not anymore. They won China. They won.
You know, that's that Les Stew right there that I was talking about. That Les Stew right there. I'm gonna take this opportunity. As you see my name, my guy's Bradley Beal, man. Brad Beal is disgusting. That's one of about 10. That's one of 10 cats I think is one of the most 10 disgusting dudes in the NBA. It's either get the man the help he needs, keep John Wall there, build this roster the proper way, or get him out of there and let him go somewhere else and win. It's just that simple. Right now, you got a guy in his prime. You got a guy on the max deal, the first level of the max. I already told y'all if Brooklyn, if you thinking of, if I was Brooklyn, I got a phone right here. I got two of them right here next to me that are available to make calls all over the United States of America. And we can call the GM of the Wizards right now. We can ask if Brad Beal is available because I got some good pieces for you. I'm just saying, I got two phones. I got two phones. One for the Wizards, one for the never mind.
Hey, I think they don't look that bad now that they're healthy though. Rui Hachimura, they went and got Dini Avicii and Ricky. He'll fit. We'll see. I think they'll battle in the bottom 10. We'll see.
Trav and Ham, excuse me. Players or teams eye on this year.
You know what? My player that I'm gonna keep an eye on, he ain't gonna even play this year. I feel sorry for him and the hard work he put in. But the criticism this man got, this man didn't even get criticized because he even played. He got criticized because he got hurt. It's Klay Thompson, man. Klay, come back healthy. We know you're not going to be the same. We know you're not going to be the same. But I want you to prove to people that you still. One thing about a shooter, they ain't going to never know how to shoot. They can be fat, they can be old, they can be whatever they want. One thing they know how to do is put the ball in the basket from long range. Klay, that's embedded in you. That's embedded in you. I actually had a dude that basically, when he got hurt, it wasn't even 24 hours. They put a ceiling on this man, like, oh, he's going to be like Kelly Oubre. That motherfucker, excuse my language, he's better than Kelly Oubre with a messed up Achilles. Sorry, that's Klay Thompson, a 2-time, 3-time champion, man. Put some respect on this man's name, man. Put some respect on that man's name. But that's who I'm with. The players gonna be players, but my guy is Klay Thompson. Come back, Klay. I'm ready to see you next year, fella.
I knew one of us was gonna curse, but I did not know it was gonna be Trav. I wish I would have made a bet on that.
Yeah, I know, because you would have lost, like all of us. Hey, look, let me tell you something. We here at 94 feet call him 11 dribbles. That's all I need to say.
Ham, who's your guy?
11 dribbles or less for that matter. Me, man, next gen Grizz, man. We go from Greg Grind to next gen Grizz. I like the whole squad. You know, the whole gamut that you got put together. Over the weekend, they re-signed my man DeAnthony Melton. They drew some criticism amongst the Memphians on Twitter, and I'm like, man, y'all don't shut up. This cat come in, he good culture dude. He making, on NBA level, he making about $8. He getting about $8 million a year. I think they got from like 4 for like 33 or something like that. You can play him with Ja. He can back up Ja. They play well together. He comes in, he gets buckets, he defends, he does the little stuff, and just coupled in with they also re-signed my man John Conchar as well. So it's like, another good piece that you're gonna have around, young piece you can continue to flow and grow with. I'm excited, man. I mean, like I said, I might not get down to FedEx Forum anytime soon, thanks to the Rona. But Fox Sports South, they're gonna hold me down. We get to check my guys out. And the excitement level for that, man, is just the whole thing. Ja, we gotta get Ja to the All-Star game. He could have went last year. He had a legitimate shot at really getting there, but it's okay if they ain't want to send him. I understood because they sent Devin Booker, who was well deserved. For the time and work that he's put in as well. But it's like, we couldn't shut down what Ja was able to, from a leadership standpoint, able to elevate this team to that. So my next gen Grizz, man, they got me excited around here. Now, we get to about February, I'm like, man, these folks slow. Might go off, but that y'all know how the ham is. I'm going to call a spade a spade. Phantom ain't going to ever get me like that. If you hooping, you hooping. If you slow, you slow. It is what it is.
All right, everybody take themselves off mute because we're going rapid fire for these last questions. He says rapid fire, quick. Start with you, Coach Les. James Harden, will he be a Rocket by Valentine's Day?
No.
Trav.
No.
Jerm.
No.
Ham.
Yeah, he will be.
MJ.
Yep.
More likely to win the scoring title, Devin Booker or Damian Lillard?
Devin Booker.
Devin Booker this year. Ooh.
Give me $1.
I'll go Devin.
Dang, I'm going down.
Going down. Okay. Eastern Conference finalists. More Boston, Brooklyn, or other?
Other.
Other is
Miami and
who?
Brooklyn. Miami and Brooklyn. Giannis leaves.
Yo, let me follow. I'm gonna follow old Rafiki. He knows the way.
It's rapid fire.
I'm gonna follow old
Miami,
Rafiki. He
Brooklyn,
knows the way.
Miami, Brooklyn, or other?
Go other.
Other is
T-Dot.
Oh,
I say Brooklyn because Boston can't win no road games in playoffs.
Coach.
I'm going to go other. And the reason why I'm going other, because my man Ham named one. I'm going Toronto and Brooklyn. And I wanted to throw this in. Chris Boucher will make the jump.
I told y'all about him 2 years ago.
That's an interesting name. Toronto seems to be able to just turn out people out this G League system every year. He could be it.
He a JUCO product, so you know how I'm rocking.
Oh yeah, we know. We know how that rock and roll. All right. And West, Lakers versus the field. Who you got?
Lakers. Yeah.
Hollywood on that one.
Right now, the Lakers.
give me the field.
Who you like? Who do you like in the field?
I think we're gonna have some moves made here. It's some moves that have to be made. Put it like this: if the Lakers are here, every other team is here. Every other team right now is gonna be having to look to make a move. That's why part of the reason why I don't think Harden is gonna stay where he's at. I think Harden still may end up getting shipped somewhere west. That is more possible than we may think. And then there are ways for us to find ways for us to get Rose to the West Coast. Guard play is the listen. The Achilles heel for the Lakers is going to be you're going to have to attack their guards. It just is what it is. So if you don't get better guard play, you ain't got a chance.
Jerm, I think Lakers walk away with it, but next year will be the clash of the Titans between the Warriors and the Lakers. Then it'll be like that once and for all. Clay comes back healthy. They still got Wiseman, who will have a year under his belt, and LeBron will be another year older.
And LeBron will be on his last year of that 4-year deal.
Let me ask this question. Here's the interesting question while we asking for the rapid fire principle. Is it possible that Golden State could do something with this year?
I think if they make a move for Harden, they're crazy. Do not touch your roster right now. Don't go get Harden. Harden and KD that's not the same thing. When you made the move for KD, that was a perfect idea because KD is 7 feet and can guard the center and power forward position to give you the Hampton lineup that made y'all special. Harden can't guard no center. Do not go get Harden. Do not mortgage your future for Harden. Don't do it.
Yeah, if you're Golden State, you're trying to get through this year. If we let's make the playoffs. I think if they make the playoffs, it becomes a more attractive proposition for Giannis to leave. So if you're Golden State with this roster, make the playoffs. Because if I'm Giannis and y'all can't make the playoffs, yes, I know Klay Thompson isn't there. But I'm
still
Giannis,
got Steph Curry.
if I'm Giannis, I ain't flying across the country to not make the playoffs. You have to show me something this year that says, okay, me as the finishing piece. So I'm with MJ on this. Your whole mission for Golden State, even if you're the 8th seed, is make the playoffs.
Whew. I think it'll be the battle of LA, like the Crips and the Bloods in the 80s. The Clippers
Y'all need to cook up Coke with baking soda. P.S.
The Clippers are going to make a move. And as long as they got the logo over there, they will always be in play for something and somebody.
That is so true.
They'll mess around to get hard.
What'd you say?
They'll mess around to get hard. They'll figure it out. That's the logo.
I tell you this right now, they will sacrifice Paul George to get what they want. Jerry West is good at what he does. He's exceptionally well at what he does. I'm not putting anything past him. I think last year was a wake-up call. I just think a lot of conversations are being had with Kawhi because that's the guy. Like I tell you this right now, they'll be like the Pelicans. They'll get rid of everybody. Like how they get rid of everybody to keep Zion, they'll get rid of everybody to keep Kawhi. Maybe move like a Tuco roster.
Yeah. Fellas, I think this is going to shape to be a very interesting season. 72 games, no All-Star break, could be kind of compressed. So this is going to be a sprint, and we're going to cover it all right here. So remember, you see my name, the Twitter's right there. On IG, the.scen for the Instagram. 94 Feet of Life is the Facebook group, still rolling, about to be on year 6. Good Lord. So this thing is continuing to grow. We want you to be right there with us. Of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe, follow, like, share, all that good stuff. Big Shot, Trav, Jerm, Ham, MJ, shout out to our special guest, Coach Lester Stewart, for joining us, man. Thank you for being had.